Here's a present for you!
Other anime art styles. Then we get to...
What's
The
that?
MVCI craziness of
What's
just
that, brother?
how terrible the graphics
the
were in that
infamous
game.
MVCI DmC Dante. The guy looks like a damn
Oh
crackhead.
my god.
Plus the color palette, lifeless art style. I mean, look at him. He's ugly looking.
A
In
lifeless
peak of combat, I'm not gonna lie,
crackhead-looking
it's a
style.
decent looking game.
RickWa reacts.
What up, folks? Tis RickWa, and for this video's reaction, I'm gonna be reacting to which Devil May Cry game has the best Dante drip, and this is by The Devil Joe. So this is actually a first-time reaction upon a video request for me to react to this specific video and another one, but specifically to this content creator, and this one being the first one listed within that reaction video request. So out of common courtesy, once I'm done reacting to this specific video, then I will make sure to subscribe to The Devil Joe after my reaction is done, and then on a later date, then I will get around to reacting to the other video within that reaction video request, which had something to do with like the best Devil May Cry weapons special edition. But I gotta say, Dante definitely has his own way of like putting on his own drip type of style, because Dante's always been like the stylish kind of character. That's why they got the smoking sexy style type of time. Or something like that whenever you get like a triple S going about in a Devil May Cry game. But Devil May Cry games are definitely a lot of fun, to say the least. I personally like them. Oh, yo. But I haven't played like too often when it comes to Devil May Cry. It's usually like I'll beat it once and then like I won't try like the other difficulties. I think, you know what's crazy? The only time I've actually done that was in basically the prequel game, the DmC Devil May Cry, which was like supposed to be Devil May Cry 5, but it wasn't, and a lot of the Devil May Cry fans were like really pissed about it, and I mean, honestly, it's understandable. Just from like, I guess, a Devil May Cry's perspective.
Oh no!
Or a Devil May Cry fan's perspective, sorry, on why they'd be upset when it comes to the DmC Devil May Cry game and how they like butchered Dante and whatnot in just like his character and all that. But I did like the gameplay in that game. That I will say for sure. Oh boy. But I'm gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna switch over to the green screen webcam real quick for y'all. There we go, folks. Also, hope all of y'all are having a wonderful day today as well, and please be sure to check out and support The Devil Joe within his content creation journey, along with any other content creators that I react to, and making sure to support them within their content creation journeys. But before I get started with this video here, first things first, I would like to give a very special thank you to everyone for the positive support, from watching my videos to liking my videos, for the positive comments on my videos, sharing my content around, as that does help with the algorithm, and especially to all of y'all who have subscribed to my channel and make sure to smack the bell button so that y'all know when it is that I'm uploading new content onto my reaction channel. And I greatly appreciate the support thus far and going forward. Y'all are amazingly awesome, folks. Cool. And if y'all want even more benefits when it comes to my reaction channel, y'all can become a YouTube member by smacking that join button down below, and y'all can either be in the Shoutouts tier or in the early access tier, in which you'll be able to access my reaction videos at least a week or two early before the initial schedule time. And if y'all want even more benefits compared to those two on my YouTube memberships, y'all can also check out my Patreon as well too, because each of the respective tiers have more benefits compared to the YouTube membership tiers. And my Patreon will be listed in the description below as well for y'all to check out. But gonna get right into it. And without further ado, let's get started on which Devil May Cry game has the best Dante drip.
It ain't no secret that Dante's the kind of guy to fight off demons stylishly, while cracking jokes at them devil's expense. while also looking the part. Hello, it's the Devil Joe, back again with a brand new video.
Seems about right.
And today, I'm gonna find out which Devil May Cry game has the best Dante drip. I'm talking about all them designs. From the Tony Redgrave design from the first novel, the OG Dante drip, Devil May Cry 2's Punisher Hunter fit, young Dante's sloppy outfit in Devil May Cry 3, Uncle Dante's cowboy aesthetic in Devil May Cry 4, Dante's hobo style in Devil May Cry 5. By going over a few categories, style, which fit was the most stylish.
That he doesn't mention the DmC Devil May Cry.
Absolutely no
and it's understandable, honestly.
Translation, how each design fit different crossovers and art styles, plus in different DmC games through mods and alternate costumes. To award the winning costume with the World Fashionable Championship title. Without further ado, let's jump into this crazy ranking. Starting off with the Tony Redgrave fit from the novel.
So real quick, I played almost all the Devil May Cry games. Let's see, I played the first one, I played the second one, I played through, like, partial of the third one, but I never beat it, surprisingly, and I've never played the fourth one, and I did, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I did play the DmC Devil May Cry one, but I can understand why people are like, we don't talk about that and, then, yeah, I've played through Devil May Cry 5, but, if I had to take a guess, like, right now, at this very specific moment, because I never read the novel, and even just from, like, that short little bit from what he was talking about, Devil May Cry 4? Listen, I wonder how crazy the mods went when it comes to each of the Devil May Cry games, so that's interesting as well, too. But, continuing on.
Don't really get to see much even in the actual book. Giving off some Kiryu Yakuza vibes, mixed in with that Spike Spiegel Cowboy Bebop aesthetic. It all boils down to a loose red dress shirt with the black blazer over it, plus the black pants. I guess those are all the pictures of Tony Redgrave that we got in the novel. As for the fit itself, I'm sort of digging the I don't give two shits vibe, showing Dante being a pretty damn chill dude in this sort of timeline of his life. At the same time, it's too well put together for a pre-DMC 1 Dante. Let me explain.
Pre-DMC
Most of the
1?
time when anyone puts on these items, they're trying to keep up appearances.
Because, I mean, I totally forgot about the DmC Devil May Cry, but, like, which was, like, before Devil May Cry 1, but at the same time, it seems like this guy, the Devil Joe, does, like, it's just like, we don't talk about DmC Devil May Cry. It's the novel, and then Devil May Cry 1, just from, at least from what I'm taking a guess on. I'm not, like, too into the Devil May Cry lore. I'm just being honest on that. But continuing on.
More than how a rebellious teenager would normally present himself. I mean, think about it. At best, they would put on a damn t-shirt, cargos and jeans, that's all about it. At the same time, it reminds me of how Spike would carry himself. Through his choice of wardrobe,
that's understandable.
Would have been nice to see more of this outfit. Heading on to the actual first appearance of Capcom's Go, DmC 1. This fit is immaculately stylish in the context of this game, and every other Devil May Cry game, or crossover that it comes into, modded or officially licensed by Capcom. First off, 95% of this outfit is bright in your face red, and 15% black, along with Dante's silver hair, contrasting beautifully in the dark, drab, barren waste gothic environments. Not only making the wacky woohoo pizza man stand out like a sore thumb, but giving a giant fuck you statement to all of these ancient demonic environments, and even the demons themselves. The actual fit is a black dress shirt with a red vest over it, red pants and 2 belts on his leg. Not gonna lie, that coat is dope as hell. Being sleeved up like that looks fashionable and all, really fitting the Cobra inspiration, plus going for that heroic aesthetic, in the style of a hero in Japan, wearing all red. Most anime pro tags have that color scheme, in one way or the other.
He ain't wrong on that.
Not too sure about the British heritage though. Most of Dante's style, clothing, mannerisms come across as American more than anything else if I'm being honest. Because of that firearm obsession. Most importantly, he don't smoke no cigs. The franchise never promoted such a thing. Good on you, Kamiya. Have a cookie. The design makes him stand out from the rest of the self-serious Malay island. in where you can tell that he's here to bust some devil's heads into the ground.
Basically.
Fill 'em with holes while taking the piss out of them to get them off their high and mighty horse, pissing them off. Even how the whole getup is put together is how I'd imagine an older, early mid-20s Dante to wear. I even think it looks pretty good for the build this Dante has. Not too skinny or bulky, like another incarnation we're gonna get to later on in the video. One thing I love about this classic drip is that it fits in every single alternative art style that has nothing to do with this game.
Oh.
In Project X Zone in the 2007 DMC anime,
Oh,
the
wow.
outfit looks crisp as hell. Not only can you see a lot of the missing details that were left out in the PS2 game, look at that sexy ass sprite animation in its gameplay that transitions to an immaculately drawn anime style. In the DMC anime's Helsingish art style, it animates beautifully in most
Yep.
action scenes of the anime.
God
the ones
damn.
that are on
Actually,
screen
I
anyways.
haven't really seen
I'd
the
even
anime.
argue that Devil May Cry 3's graphical art style upgrades the DMC1 outfit through the epilogue cutscene and the alternative costume and gameplay. Man, I really miss when Capcom used to hand these over after beating the game on harder difficulties. Good times. Hell, the DMC2 alternate costume of one Dante looks rad as fuck on 2 Dante in that game. Can't forget about Beautiful Joe. Shit fam, Kamiya managed to fit a character from his dark fantasy gothic game that had some photorealism in its graphics into a cheesy ass corny most likely kids game using a chibi comic book cartoony art style, managing to make it work in the context of this game, cranking the wackiness of the Dante character up to 9,000 at the same time 3 was doing it. Hell, even how it's translated over in the DMC1 novel. I'd put that on a t-shirt ASAP. Not to mention that Monster Hunter World skin that would be used later on as a sick-ass DMC1 mod in 5. In
Oh.
DMC5 it looks badass in that game. Getting the wacky woohoo pizza man to stand out from the drab red grave city and the what the fuck is this shit Clifoth. Whether it's the 4K Monster Hunter World to even the DMC1 PS2 model, I mean, come on, Capcom! You did this sort of thing for Resident Evil 2 Remake, and not Devil May Cry 5. The fuck, man? That would have been easy alternate skin material. It was even modded into DMC4, kicking
Damn.
ass with Uncle Dante's more muscular build. So yeah, DMC1's
Uncle
aesthetic is a
Dante.
timeless classic that can literally fit into any sort of art style when it comes to anything, while looking just as iconic. Moving on to arguably the most hated game in the franchise, Devil May Cry 2. The game that got game design wrong, butchering the goddamn
Oh my
combat completely.
God.
But did it get Dante's fit right? I am loving the fuck out of this Punisher spawn combo drip. What Superman has going on for
The
it.
game is
It's still
hated, but the
95%
drip is
red
nice.
and 15% white. But them buckled gloves go hard, along with that hairstyle and length. It
You know what?
flows better in the game than
Yeah.
the actual code physics. The coat is fused with the vest. Weird, but
Oh.
still fucking cool. Then there's the skull belt buckle. Solidifies the man being there to kick ass. The red pants are here, instead of 2 belt buckles.
So I'm curious, for those that are watching this reaction video of mine, and the Devil May Cry fans, what Devil May Cry game is hated more? This one, or the DMC Devil May Cry game that was, like, meant to be like a prequel to Devil May Cry 1? I feel like DMC Devil May Cry is just far more hated than Devil May Cry 2 just because of the concept. It's not even brought up as a DMC Devil May Cry 1. It's not even brought up within this video. That's the part, like, I'm feeling like that game is way more hated than DMC 2, because it's like, we don't talk about DMC Devil May Cry. Oh my god. I just, like, again, for me, I feel like the only good quality of that game was the gameplay, and that's about it. But that's just me thing. But continuing on, I am liking this so far, and it's definitely interesting as well too to hear like a little bit more lore and just like the different perspectives when it comes to like Dante's outfit and his drip and his style, and just like where those specific outfits have been seen in various games. It's definitely very cool to say the least. But continuing on.
On one thigh, now it's 1 belt on each thigh. The boots now have buckles on them. I feel like this is a literal evolution of the DMC1 costume. It hits a lot of the same motifs, but improves them. My
Yeah.
only problem is the skinnier rebellion. But hey, make that sword thicker and you're all set. Build-wise, for some reason, you kinda lost a bit of muscle mass DMC1 Dante had. However, the leanness works well in his favor. The only crossover we got of this look is in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. I
Oh,
think
wow.
it translates well in that game, with the heavy cell shading. Sadly, this fit didn't make it over in any other crossovers
Oh, wow.
whatsoever. What we have to go by are mods in other DMC games. No alternate costumes. I had to find mods just to see how it would look in another DMC game. Like, for real, man, this outfit has been done dirty by Capcom. The only ones I
Damn.
could find are in DMC 4 and 5. In 4, it looks dope as fuck on Uncle Dante's physique. I'm also really liking how it pops out. In Devil May Cry 5's photorealistic graphics, really works well, especially with the awakened hair. And if I am being for real, this look for Dante needs to appear more. Moving on to Devil May Cry 3, the game that got absolutely everything right. Story, gameplay, especially that combat. It also got that Dante design right. On point for this actual game, for that particular young Dante. Here's why in DMC 3 Dante can be careless, impulsive. Despite being the coolest motherfucker in the room, he's still a tad bit too
Yep.
sloppy. Not the professional suave Dante we see later on. So it'll make sense that he'll be wearing baggy khaki pants, combat boots, hell, even the leather duster is worn over absolutely nothing. No tank top or t-shirt, making them PS2 abs completely
Basically,
visible. The hairstyle
no
more of a
given,
long bowl
Dante.
cut. Not gonna lie, Dante rocks it like the big G he is. By the way, did you know that he put zero, and I mean zero, effort into his hair? It looks that good despite no input from him. I know this isn't the most well put together or stylish design per se. For the wacky woohoo pizza man, I'd give the DMC2 design credit for that one. On the other hand, and stay with me here, this drip works ridiculously well for this teenage. I don't give a damn, I just want to get even with Virgil for that fight only mentioned in that one manga that most people won't read. While having a blast cutting demons up, riddling them with bullets, while roasting their asses. So he'll be putting on a lazily put together fit, managing to look incredible. Here's what I like about the outfit. I'm liking this sort of skinny buff physique the dude has, looking like he does calisthenics. Because of that lean body, he's not deflated, he sure as hell doesn't look like he's in desperate need of a slice of pizza, and not looking too muscular like the Hulk or something. He still appears to be
It's
powerful.
just right.
I'm also digging that trench coat, rocking him studs, buckles, visible holster when you can clearly see ebony and ivory. Resting on him adds to the coolness factor of the jacket. I also like the baggy ass khaki pants. It's an early 2000s aesthetic that looks pretty damn cool. It's even got a nice beige color, a departure
Makes
from the
sense.
red or black that would have been used for Dante. Hell, the outfit itself is a pretty damn chill one for Dante. It's a more casual fit that gets elevated by adding rebellion with ebony and ivory on top of it. I do not see anything to dislike about it in the context of Devil May Cry 3. When it comes to other crossover material, the thing looks peak in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The cel-shaded anime comic book hybrid art style is crisp as hell, while squaring up with Deadpool and the rest of the Marvel universe. The entirety
Makes
of
enough
Capcom
sense.
included, plus the manga art style in the DMC3 manga, is just off the charts, man. It is the definition of peak, and I mean peak, anime art. I really like how it translates over to other anime art styles. Then we get to...
The MVCI craziness of just how terrible the graphics were in that game.
MVCI DMC3 Dante. The guy looks like a damn
Oh
crackhead.
my god.
Washed up color palette, lifeless art style. I mean, look at him. He's ugly looking.
A
In
lifeless
peak of combat, I'm not gonna lie,
crackhead-looking
it's a
style.
decent looking DMC, but that face is kinda bland.
Oh
when
my
it comes to
God.
mods, by God, does it look goated in Devil May Cry 4. Giving us a more buff version of this wacky woohoo pizza man. In DMC5 it looks dope as hell, especially with the more defined abs, because of that RE engine, gifting us two versions of DMC3 Dante. The standard DMC5 Dante, slapping that DMC3 jacket on. Same hair and all, along with a more clean-shaven DMC3 Dante. They even brought the bowl cut back, looking like an HD'd up version of DMC3 Dante. Some of these madmen have even modded the PS2 model in 5.
Oh,
My
wow.
God, does it look great in DMC5. HD or PS2 model. So yeah, I like the DMC3 fits. For this wacky woohoo pizza teenage goober. Heading over to the unfinished yet masterfully crafted Devil May Cry 4. Sure, the plot is all over the place. Kinda rushed if I do say so myself. Gameplay, however, is where it's at. Along with the most over-designed look that Dante has ever had. in this entire
Over-designed.
franchise. First off, that vest has about 3 buckles on it.
Yeah.
One on the chest and 2 on the midsection.
Yeah, over-designed seems about
belt
right.
on, Dante. I was pretty chill with the belt over the nipples. But on the stomach, who the hell does that?
Nipples.
Like, no, even the leather chaps over the red pants are kind of weird in my book. But hey, the jacket is pretty damn nice looking. Large collar, golden buttons.
That's like
on the
4
front and
belts.
back. Cowboy patterns included. They do look nice, I'm not gonna lie. That haircut, on the other hand, it's a bit too short for Dante. So the overall look is just a bit too over-designed. That's what I would have said back in the day. But come to think of it, DMC4's drip is rad as fuck. Because of that large-ass muscular physique. It's like, what the hell was Dante putting into that pizza? Protein-powdered crust? Some of that anabolic mozzarella?
Crust
or did he just
sounds
add extra
wild.
pepperoni? Gee, I wonder, can you actually use creatine to make ice cream syrup? I don't know. I'm probably guessing demon hunting is already more than enough as a workout to pack muscle mass on, turning him from the wacky woohoo pizza man to the wacky woohoo pizza beefcake. Especially that Giga Chat face. I mean, this Dante could forbid Arnold in his prime. For an Olympia. By the way, this was the very first time Dante has ever kept any facial hair. Here it's a minor-ass stubble, which makes him look visibly wiser than Nero. Plus, he doesn't give 2 shits about shaving. No more or like ever. So the cowboy drip, on top of that muscular monster of a man, looks nothing short of goated. As for other media, the only thing I could find is that Teppen artwork. It translated DMC4 Dante's look beautifully. The colors are vibrant as fuck, capturing this Dante's ridiculous muscularity. That's all for outside DMC appearances when it comes to this outfit. If you know anything outside of Devil May Cry that featured Dante wearing his DMC4 fit, drop it in the comments below. Then there's Devil May Cry Cross Last Judgment, where DMC4 Dante looks exactly the same as he did in the game. We have that other 4K'd up HD Pachinko machine, featuring a more high-res DMC4 Dante. And I am very happy that he kept his games in that port. Mods, on the other hand, it looks pretty sick in Devil May Cry 3. On the other hand, it looks pretty weird in Devil May Cry 4. The lack of the muscle mass highlights how awkward DMC4 Dante's outfit actually was. So yeah, the DMC4 fit. Is it over-designed? Yes, it is. However, it carries that veteran demon hunter cowboy aesthetic. Especially with how buff Dante is in that game. After a frustrating 10-year-long wait, we finally get the legendary Devil May Cry.
Oh, what? There we go.
Is there something wrong? I don't know. Anyway, after 10 long years, we finally get the legendary Devil May Cry.
It's just like, it keeps going back to it. And he's like, I don't
Alright, I'll start talking about the first 2013 reboot. Back in that time, it was Capcom's Dark Ages.
God
For
damn.
some retarded
Okay,
reason, they decided to reboot one of their flagship franchises, Devil May Cry, with 4 being one of their best sellers in the entire franchise at the time. To appeal to the Call of Duty MLG crowd for that COD money, they outsourced it to the mooks over at Ninja Theory, where Tammy Boys and his buddies mishandled all the combat mechanics Devil May Cry was known for, glitching the game to hell and back, while giving us this guy. And you are?
My name is Dante.
دانتي مين يا ولاد المتناكة؟ شبه التيز الورمة بعد وجبة الشيكن تندر السبايسي فاميلي سايز كمان. لو ده دانتي انا كيانو ريفز يا ولاد الوسخة. Pardon my pharaonic rage. Every time I see this being a thing, I end up getting uncontrollable bouts of anger. Just being reminded of the Woboot. Now to be fair, Ninja Theory, we're gonna use a reworked look for DMC 1000. Looking slightly more gothic. I gotta say, this concept art doesn't like at all. It's kinda like Marvel rebooting Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe. Respecting the old school design, while adding in some new bells and whistles. But Capcom came along and said, no, we want something that appeals to the COD angry gamer boys, without knowing what they actually want. So they ended up changing it. Till we got the substance-addicted twig, wearing a trashy wife beater, t-shirts, what the fuck is that coat? Why does it look this ugly and sad? What in the ass is that shitty-ass looking Neymar Jr. haircut? If you wanted a shorter haircut, you could have went for the Cristiano Ronaldo style. There are shorter cuts that look better than what the fuck this is supposed to be. Plus, this boy is too skinny. Somebody really needs to pass a cheeseburger onto him, or that pizza covering his nethers. He should have eaten it. The point is he looks too lacking, along with the rebellion looking like a toothpick. Trust me, this shit ain't helping anyone to get sold on this guy, who I refuse to refer to him as Dante. He is simply...
Pero llámame Dante, el exterminador de demonios.
Western audiences like their pro tags to be buffed up. Just look at most comic books and their movie adaptations.
God,
Plus
yo.
80s action flicks like they had dudes jacked out of their skulls. Americans ate that shit up. Even Spider-Man started off as a skinny kid who progressively got more jacked as time went on. His skinnier iterations make him look more like a gymnast. Those dudes have muscle. Why is Dante a toothpick? By that metric, have they not heard of God of War? That's literally and figuratively Devil May Cry made by Americans. There's also Darksiders. In those titles, these guys are the definition of big.
My God.
Huge ass muscles built like bodybuilders. Kratos could have been on stage with C-Bump, fighting for the Mr. Olympia. Hell, Dante in DmC 4 was much larger, in muscular frame. The point is, bodybuilder types sell the power fantasy of taking on large hordes. Even if they're built like a gymnast, muscles equal fantasy. Hell, Nero was going to be skinnier, but they decided to give the kid some gains to appeal to the Western market. As a Western gamer, what the fuck is this? Adding insult to injury, they wanted you to think this Dante, quote-unquote, is somehow better in character and design than what we had before. Taking a crap on a beloved character and the fan base
yeah,
as well.
that's
I do not mind
right.
seeing hair on video game characters. I like Kratos.
I
He
totally
lacks
forgot
hair,
about that
but this
little
hairstyle
bit.
right here is just...
Brother,
Ew.
what's that, brother?
Oh
The
my
outfit is
God.
somehow trashier than the DmC 3 fit.
Oh
While Dante
my
in that game was
God.
lazy, at least the fit was stylish, the clothes were relatively clean, weaponry
Yep.
on point, good physique. However, Dino over here, trash outfit,
Dino.
shit hair, probably hasn't eaten in decades. I'll give him credit for one thing. The color scheme is
Oh
pretty
my
nice.
God.
One problem, it's kinda washed out. Look, when we're talking about crossover material, somehow he made it into PlayStation All-Stars at the behest of the game devs, who might have wanted to include the genuine article, but couldn't because Capcom insisted. He looks slightly better here. Still a twig, but somehow they cleaned him up. That Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite alt. Why was it an alt for that Dante? How come does he have a better face than the DmC 3 Dante of that game? That is a criminal act that needs to be studied. So yeah, Dante. A nightmare that should
A
never be
Dante.
revisited. For the love of God, can I get the Devil May Cry 5 Dante right now? Finally, we made it to the real
Oh
Devil May
my
Cry.
God. Yo, okay. I will admit, I was not expecting that DMC to be bought up into the schmicks. Now, if I had to take a wild guess, it seems like between DMC 2 and DMC Devil May Cry, yeah, I think DMC Devil May Cry is the one that I feel like Devil May Cry fans hate the most with a burning passion. Oh my God, yo, that is too funny. And I mean, at least from what I remember, I don't think there was like too many glitches I ran into. Maybe there might have been and I just forgot? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not too much of like an in-depth Devil May Cry fan, but I can at least understand why the Devil May Cry fans like really despise DMC Devil May Cry, and especially that like first bit where he had like the OG Dante style hair on as like a wig, and he was looking in the mirror and he's like, huh? And nah, I don't know about this, and just took the wig off. Like, that was almost like a curb stomp to like the actual Devil May Cry fans, and I can understand like the anger from the Devil May Cry fans from that little bit alone from DMC Devil May Cry. But again, I'm not like too much of an in-depth Devil May Cry fan compared to like other people who are like actually like really caught up with the lore and have like played the games like in depth and all that stuff. So just making sure to point that out. But I gotta say, this is relatively pretty enjoyable, especially when he's like getting mad about like specific types of things involved from like the bad Dante drip parts. Especially with like Marvel Infinite Dante, like, ugh, brother, ugh, what's that? Oh my god, yo. And instead of like calling him Dante, he was calling him Don't-tay. Because you don't want to be like that, Dante. Oh my god, yo. But continuing on.
5. After 11 long years of fighting Capcom itself, we have the real deal, innovating the gameplay of this franchise, returning faces, new devil arms, style switching, and most of all, the real Dante. The genuine article has returned in
the
all
real
his full
Dante
red-coated glory, silver hair and all. Not gonna lie, seeing him riding the Cavalier at the end of the DMC 5 E3 trailer, before knowing what the hell was going on, we thought it would be a Devil May Cry 2 sequel. Before the announcement of a timeline change, man, these were some good times. Returning with that slick hairstyle, dark bluish Henley, facial hair, it's not a stubble no more. It's a regular ass beard. It's light alright, but it's still a nice beard. Black leather pants, brown cowboy boots, a sick-ass red leather trench coat. Returning for a more casual look.
With a skull on the back.
DmC Dante. Instead of the I don't give a shit about anything, it's more I've been through all of that shit to hell and back. He's even rocking bandages under them gloves, showing off some legit wear and tear over the years, while remaining sturdy. Hell, Dante in this game comes out stronger after a coma, with that long-ass awakened hair. Unpopular opinion, I'm a huge fan of that Kurt Cobain / John Wick hairstyle. And length, shit looks ridiculously stylish, bruv. One problem though, the gains in DMC4 have been lost. Don't get me wrong, Dante is well built here, taking into effect that Adam Cowie, his face model, is already well built himself, with a good physique, and he's certainly way better than the last abomination we were cursed with. I still miss the beefcake build that was in DMC4. Now he was an elite smogger in that game. The outfit, on the other hand, I am loving the simplicity of the fit itself. Only putting on a standard-ass Henley that could be bought from any store in the malls. Plus, the black pants can be substituted by anything else, making it an easy pick for cosplay, except for the jacket. You need to find somewhere that makes it, or you gotta sew it on your own. And I'm kinda digging the skull at the back of the jacket. Looks pretty goddamn cool if I'm being honest.
I mean, I did mention that already.
I'm also liking the photorealistic look to the wacky woohoo pizza man. Adam Cowie was a pretty good choice for this older and wiser Dante. He looks like DMC4 Dante but aged up, handing him that hardened look. Yeah. It's nice to know that Dante actually exists. Not to mention how good this fit looks with the added devil arms, like Balrog, Dr. Faust, and his very own devil sword, allowing for good pairings with different weapons. When it comes to other media, this costume has made it over into Teppen, looking pretty damn good over there. Not to mention the stunning visions of V-translation. I mean, bro, just looks so damn good in this manga's art style. However, that Free Fire appearance.
What the hell is this?
Looks like a very skinny-ass dude cosplaying as Dante. The wacky woohoo pizza man is featured once again in Shin Megami Tensei in the DMC5 appearance for that RPG's 5th game. My god, does it look like a great one-to-one translation of the DMC5 character model. On the other hand, he looks kind of off amidst the anime art style of this mobile game, giving an uncanny valley to it. They could have gotten the Visions of V art style in there. That's all the crossover material that I could find. Moving on to the mods, in particular DMC 3 and 4. In the 4th game, I like how the costume sits on the bulkier DMC 4 build. It looks cooler that way. Sadly, I wasn't able to find it in DMC 3. If there is a DMC 3 mod for DMC 5 Dante, let me know in the comments below so that I could have a look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the grandstand of crowning the World Fashionable Championship title. Time to unpack this top 7! Number 7 on the list is that cursed reboot Dante's El Exterminados. Trash outfit, yee ass haircut.
Yup.
Malnourished the fuck.
With the mustache.
In the number 6 spot, we got the Tony Redgrave design. It's not bad or whatever. I like the
So
Spike
Devil May
Spiegel
Cry
aesthetic.
1?
But
Alright.
there's one problem though. We don't see much of it even inside of the actual novel. Number 5 on this here list is the Devil May Cry 3 fit.
The
It's
3,
not a bad outfit whatsoever. It's pretty stylish looking.
So, let me see. If I had to take a wild guess who I feel like he's going to pick as number 1, I'm going to take a guess between, like, the first novel Dante or Devil... 4? I'd say, no, hold on. I'd say between, like, Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 5. Between one of those. Maybe the novel? I don't know. But it's not surprising that he put DmC Devil May Cry Dante as, like, the bottom of the barrel. Oh my god. But continuing on.
While working really well for this young, careless Dante, it does have some good translations, minus the MVCI version. But let's be honest here, the wacky woohoo pizza man has had better looking drip than the DMC3 version. Landing in the number 4 spot is DMC4's
okay.
Dante.
So
While
I was way
I'm a
off
fan
about
of the
number
bodybuilder
4.
physique like a lot. On the other hand, the thing is the definition of over-design. Being saved by that thick-ass build. Dante's rocking in this title. But the shorter hair
at
chaps
least
are kinda off.
3 belts.
It's a dope-ass cowboy outfit, don't get me wrong. It's just too overboard. Number 3 on this here list is the OG DMC1 outfit. What can I say, man? This thing is nothing short of iconic. Pretty damn badass, actually. It's one of the rare times Dante is designed like a professional devil hunter. A stylish one at that. Hey, this fit hasn't had a bad translation
there's
whatsoever.
still the Redgrave,
we don't talk
or the
about
early
that.
novel.
Still remains one of his best looks in the series. Number 2 on this here list is the DMC2 Dante. I slightly like this one better than the DMC1 Dante look.
Oh,
For
wow.
one, I like how that hair flows.
Okay,
Plus the
so
Spawn Punisher
alright, so I
hybrid
guess
fit
the,
reminds me a lot of that edgy
Tony
comic book
Redgrave
aesthetic that I
one,
come to
or at
love
least
so
from the
much.
comic.
Man, they should have
The early
used it
novel
more.
was not made,
Ladies
so...
and gentlemen,
So number 5
the
was
winner
top.
of the World Fashionable Championship title, Devil May Cry 5, Dante.
Seems about right.
You might be wondering, out of all the other designs from him, why did he pick the hobo look? Here's the thing that I really like about this fit. How simply it's put together. Ditching the usual elaborate interiors to a more casual drip. Throwing together a Henley, black pants, the jacket on top, that's all she wrote. Showing us a much older and battle-hardened Dante. Plus that Kurt Cobain awakened hair is so goated. Especially the added facial hair. To sell the whole veteran Devil Hunter aesthetic. Along with the accessories pairing it with the Devil Sword Dante. With that out of the way, we come to the end of this video. What were your guys' thoughts on it? And which Dante drip deserves the World Fashionable Championship title? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button real impact style. At 10,000 subscribers, I'll do a whole-ass Dante combo video in real life.
Oh, wow.
Rocking the full cosplay. Hit the bell icon to get updated on whenever I drop a brand new Devil May Cry or other action game video. This has been the Devil Joe signing out.
Looks like he's busting a move. Damn, he really going ham, yo! And he's still going! Damn. Dang, he was busting a move while putting so many taunts in the mix. Oh, man. Yeah, he definitely deserves a subscribe. I mean, I will say, though, like, just the amount of detail that he was giving about, like, each of the costumes and whatnot was definitely very interesting, to say the least. And it's like, it's always cool to at least hear someone's perspectives on those kinds of situations, because I never really thought of, like, looking so deep into, like, a character's costume and their design and their drip and all that stuff. So that's very cool, just to, like, hear that specific analysis and all that stuff. And just the parts, just how mad he was getting, especially towards, like, DmC Devil May Cry. Instead of Dante, it was Don't-tay. Giving him some, like, random mustache. Oh my god. But as I stated earlier in the reaction video, I'm not, like, as much of, like, a Devil May Cry fan as the Devil Joe or other people who are heavily invested into the Devil May Cry series. But I gotta say, yo, once again, it is very cool just to hear that, like, specific analysis in great detail like that, especially about, like, one's drip within a video game. Never thought to think of it like that and take the time to, like, go, like, that deep within the analysis like that. So I do like that. It's definitely very interesting. But yeah, on a later notion, or on a later date, that is when I will do a reaction video to the best Devil May Cry weapons via special edition. That was requested for me to react to with this video, so just make sure to point that out. But I'm going to switch back over to the regular webcam real quick for y'all. There we go, folks. Hope y'all enjoyed that reaction as much as I did, to say the least, and also great, amazing stuff to the Devil Joe for this video as well. But either way, I am at the end point of this reaction video, and if y'all have gotten thus far, I do greatly appreciate that. It's basically, I'm finna bounce. So there's that. And if y'all like this kind of content on my reaction channel, of course, please be sure to leave a like, leave a positive comment, share my content around, as that does help with the algorithm. If y'all have not already yet, of course, please be sure to smack that subscribe button and the bell button so that y'all know when it is that I'm uploading new content onto my reaction channel. And the support is always very much so greatly appreciated thus far and going forward. Y'all are amazingly awesome, folks. And as well too, if y'all want even more benefits when it comes to my reaction channel, y'all can press that join button and become a member of my reaction channel, either in the Shoutouts tier or in the Early Access tier. If you want even more benefits compared to the YouTube membership tiers, you can also check out my Patreon as well too, and the link for that will also be in the description below. But either way, until the next reaction video that I upload, folks, peace out, y'all. And with this one here, still no members yet within my Patreon for me to give a vocal shout out to. Well, specifically 3 randomly selected Patreon members for me to give a vocal shout out to. But yeah, I gotta say, definitely an interesting take when it comes to talking about the cosmetics and the drip of specific characters that one is a fan of, well, in this case being Devil May Cry Dante. And yeah, I definitely had quite a few gargantuan-sized brain farts in the last part of the specific video that I was reacting to, so I do apologize about that. Happens to the best of us. But either way, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Please do leave a like and leave a comment down below letting me know just anything involving my reactions, the specific video itself, or anything else in general. So let's get things lively in the comment section, shall we now, folks? But until the next reaction video that I upload, and hopefully some of y'all will be in my YouTube members so that your name can be listed here, or within my Patreon, so then y'all can at least have a chance to have your name vocally shouted out to others. Peace out, y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.